good morning. I have to be here to come here in my classroom because I believe you need an explanation of the problems in chapter 14. Okay? By the way, somewhere here there is brightness because of the reflection of the light coming from the ceiling. You know, inside the room of Silliman University, we have the electric bulbs, right, on the ceiling. This is a reflection, okay? This one also is a reflection, okay? So I think this might disturb you, but let us adapt to this new normal. We are in a situation where we need to adjust, okay? In my case, I have to be here, okay? I have to remove my face mask because I need to have my voice delivered to your senses, okay, to your hearing, okay. So that's why I have to remove the face mask. Anyway, I'm alone in this room, in my room, okay. So there is brightness here, there is brightness here. This is the sketch of problem number 1. This is the sketch of problem number 2. So this one is problem number 1. This one is problem number 2. And this one is problem number 3. Okay, now, in problem number 1, I have here the book. Okay, this is the book, our textbook. Okay, I'm opening the problem. Okay, in most problems, there are what we call human beings as sources of forces. Okay, now I'm looking at problem number 1. In problem number 1, okay, kindly look at your reading materials there, which you were given. Now, in problem number 1, the situation is inside the construction site. Okay. Then there is that worker pushing the bucket is a big container full of concrete, okay, materials. In the vernacular in Dumaguete, minasa nga simento, sagol balas, ang uban sagol mga bato. Okay, gibutang diya sa balde. This is the bucket, balding tako. Okay, dibitay, tied to a string or a rope or a cable. Okay, and then this one has a total mass of 600 kilograms. 600 kilograms, you imagine that? Very, very heavy. 600 kilograms. If you have seen a sack of rice, 50 kilograms. 50 kilograms. If we have 600 kilograms, so how many sacks of rice? About 12 sacks of rice. That is the equivalent of the mass here inside the bucket. Okay. Now, there is the cable. Okay. Suspending this one, cable. And this one is being pushed by the person. The person is here, or the laborer is here, pushing, okay, pushing with this force. This is not the force, okay, parallel to the ground, parallel to the surface of the earth, okay. Now, while pushing this one, okay, there is this angle from the wall, cable, then there's that angle. Okay, this angle theta unknown, we have to solve that. But this one, this distance is given, this distance from the wall, the distance of the bucket from the wall, the distance is given here from the problem, given 20 meters. Given 2 meters from the vertical. So this is from the vertical, okay, probably the wall of the construction or of the building or the structure. This distance is 2 meters. Okay? the length of this cable is 20 meters. 20 meters. Okay? 20 meters. Now, we can get the angle using this is now a triangle. This is a right triangle. Right? This is the hypotenuse. Something like that. Okay. Now, there is also this angle. Okay? This angle, and this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. Why? Because there is a theorem in trigonometry that if two sides of a right triangle are parallel to each other, then the two triangles are similar. And similar triangles have equal corresponding angles. Now, you have this triangle and you have this side. Okay? You have this side. Okay? We have also this side. Okay? This is another triangle. This is another triangle. This side of this triangle is parallel to this side. This side, yeah. The big triangle, the small triangle. This big triangle, the small triangle, we compare them. This side of the triangle, adjacent to this angle, this side is parallel to this side. And this side is also parallel to this side. Therefore, they are similar triangles, and similar triangles have equal corresponding angles. So therefore, if this theta, this one is also theta. Okay? Now, so there is that. Now, you are asked here in this problem, what is the force the laborer has to exert to hold the bucket at a distance 2 meters from the vertical? So, 2 meters from the vertical simply means that this one will be held by the worker, by the laborer. So, held, that means stationary. That means fixed. Therefore, at rest. And so, we have equilibrium. And if we have equilibrium, then we go to the first condition of equilibrium. The first condition of equilibrium, because in any equilibrium, there are conditions. In physics, especially in mechanics, we observe two conditions. If there is now the involvement of rotary motion here, okay, we only have one condition, okay, because this one somehow, okay, we only observe one kind of motion. If there is complete rotation, then we have to consider another, which we are going to have in the succeeding problems, another condition. Here, first condition. What is the first condition? The first condition of equilibrium is that the summation of all forces acting on the body equals zero. Meaning you see, if we add up all the forces, sum up, okay, sum up, SUM, sum up all the forces, according to this condition of equilibrium, the sum equals zero. If it is zero, then we do this one, summation of forces. How many forces acting? There are 1, 2, 3. Now, what are these forces? The forces, this is W, the weight of the bucket. The weight of the bucket, okay, can be computed. Weight is equal to mg. Mass times acceleration due to gravity. More or less, we consider that to have a constant value 9.8 meters per second square. Okay, and the mass, this is given in the problem, 600 kilograms, the mass of the bucket. Okay, so you have the weight, and weight is a force, okay? Weight is a force. We can consider this one as F1, force 1. Okay, force 1, the weights. Referring to the weight of the bucket, that's one force. Another force, the holding force of the laborer, the holding force. The laborer holds the bucket in such a way the distance of 2 meters will be maintained. 2 meters will be maintained. If it will be maintained, so this will be stationary for a while. And while stationary for a while, for whatever purpose, why it should be for stationary or maintaining a distance of 2 meters, Because if the distance is not maintained more than 2 meters or less than 2 meters, this one is moving. But because it is mandated by the problem 2 meters maintained, then we have equilibrium, and this is the force applied by the laborer. We call this force F2. Okay. And the force applied by the laborer is unknown. Okay, unknown. So we do not know. So we are going to solve that later. Now, another force. This cable, 20 meters length cable exerts a force, and that force coming from the cable, we call this one, that force, this one, this force as the tension. Okay, we can call this as F3. This one is equal to F3, the third force, F3. Okay, now that third force, F3, okay, so there are now 3 forces. Okay, so we are going to sum up summation of all the forces. Summation of all the forces equals 0. Now, and for every force, there are components. Components along the x-axis, components along the y-axis. Meaning to say, the force has a horizontal component, horizontal parallel to the earth, and vertical component, the y component, that means going up perpendicular to the ground. Okay, so there are what we call here components. So you have here components along the x-axis is equal to 0. Components along the y-axis is equal to 0. Okay? So there are components. Remember. You have to remember the XY coordinate system. Okay? You have to remember that you have here, you have the y-axis, the negative y-axis. This is the positive. This is the x-axis, positive. And this is the x-axis, negative x-axis. And you have to remember the quadrants. You have the first quadrant, the x and the y are positive. Okay? Coordinates x, y, positive. On the second quadrant, coordinate x is negative, coordinate y is positive. Second quadrant. On the third quadrant, negative x, negative y. On the fourth quadrant, you have positive x, negative y. Okay? Okay, you have this one in your junior high school. Okay, junior high school physics. Repeated also in the senior high school physics. Now we repeat the same. Okay. So here, we are going to now distinguish. You have here distinguish which coordinates F1, F2, and this one is our F3, the tension, our F3. Okay. From this diagram, we can have here the following. This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. Okay? Okay? So, this is y-axis, positive y, negative y. The weight is along the negative y-axis. This is the positive axis. The force of the laborer is along the positive x-axis. And this one, negative x-axis, positive x-axis, the force of the tension F3 is on the second quadrant, and therefore it has components along the negative x and along the positive x. Okay, now, so what shall we do now? We are going to have a summation. Okay, you copy this one. Anyway, you repeat this video from time to time. I'm going to erase this one because of the space. Okay, I'm going to erase this one. I hope you have your notes here. Okay. If I'm going to erase, you will not recall as quickly as possible. So what will I do? I will not erase. I will just transfer this one. I will transfer this one. Okay. So this one was the one I wrote. Summation of f equals 0. Summation of the x components equals 0. Summation of the y components equals 0. By the way, this is Greek letter sigma. If I'm going to write this one very clearly, this one will be like something like this. Pa, 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 pa. There. There. That's sigma. Greek letter sigma. Okay. Okay, so never mind my handwriting of sigma. Also equal to 0. For the x components, you have how many forces? There are 3 forces. So summation, there are 3 forces, huh? There are 3 forces. You have summation, okay? Summation of f sub x is equal to f sub 1x plus f sub 2x plus f sub 3x equals 0. Can you follow? Summation. Sum up. F1, x components. F1, F2, x components. F3, x components. Equals 0. Okay. Then we are going to simplify this one. Our F1 refers to the weight. And this weight is downward. Okay. Going to have another drawing here. Another drawing here. This is our W. This is our W. The angle is, what angle is that? This is from here to here 90. From here to here 180. From here to here another 90, 270. So therefore, you will have here, for the x component, you will have here f1x. This one, this is equal to f1. And so the f1 has components f1x is equal to f1 cosine of 270 degrees. Okay? And the y component of this one is f1y. The same, f1 is f1 sine of 270 degrees. Remember this one. Remember. If angle is measured from the positive x-axis, the x component there will be using the cosine. Okay? If measured from the positive x-axis, the x component will have to use the cosine. And the y component will have to use the sine of the angle of this force W, the weight, F1, which is 270 degrees. I will repeat. 90 plus 90, 180 plus 90, 270. That's why we have 270. Okay. So, we have also this one. Why we use the y components? Because you have also the y components. You have F1y plus F2y plus F3y is equal to 0. See? That's why I have to be here so that I can illustrate to you and you can repeat this video from time to time, and then you solve the problems, because this one will be applied in most of the problems assigned to you. The principle, okay? The form may not be the same, but the principle applicable to most of the problems. Okay, so settle for the F1x, F1y. Okay? F1 refers to the weights. Let us go to F2. Okay? F2 here. F2 has two components. Okay? For F2, you have here F2. F2. What is the angle of F2? The angle of F2 is 0 because it is right on the positive x-axis, lying right on the positive x-axis. Angle is 0. Okay. So components will be here. Components of F2 will be F2x and F2y. Now, F2x is equal to F2 cosine angle 0. F2y, F2 angle sine of 0. Okay, 0 degree. Okay, 0 degree. Okay, now we go to the tension. Tension here. This is our tension. This is our tension. Oh. Tension here, tension. On the second quadrant. So tension here is equal to our F3. So our F3, therefore F3 x and F3y. What is the angle? Okay. The angle here is theta. Theta. Angle, theta. Okay? Or you can use this angle, this one is theta. Right? Okay. Now, if we get the angle now, which angle is measured along the y-axis? This is the y-axis. Positive y. This one is negative y. The angle now is measured along the y-axis. So if it is along the y-axis, the x component will no longer use the cosine. You will be using the sine. Why? This is the rationality. Y for x component sine, not cosine. Okay. If we use this angle, the x component negative, this one is negative, you can write also here. This side is equal to the side because we have here a rectangle. And remember in our math in the high school, senior and junior high, okay, or in our physics, if you have a rectangle, then ipso facto, opposite sides are equal. Okay? Opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Okay. You have here a triangle, a rectangle. Repeat. Rectangle. Or opposite. Rectangle. This one is rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. So, if this one is negative x, this one also is negative x. And so, for your F3, the tension F3, the components there, okay, you have here negative F3 sine theta. Okay. Why negative? Because the x component on the second quadrant, the x component is negative. That's why negative. Why sine theta? Because here, let us consider, I will be looking for another color here. Another color, where is the color? The color of the pentel pen. Another color of the pentel pen so that you will not be confused. I need to have another color. Another color, another color. There is no more color. Only three. Blue, black, red. I thought I have another color here. I'm going to get from the drawer. Green. There is no green. Okay, here. I have the green. I will color this one. Oh no. I will color this one. Oh, this one. No ink. So just this one. Okay, just this one. I'm coloring the triangle. Okay? This side, the negative x component, is opposite to the angle theta. The side, this side opposite to the angle theta is sine. This side adjacent to the angle theta is cosine. Okay? You get that? You still remember? Here, if we are going to reorient, okay? If this angle, here. This is y, negative x. This is theta. Of course, this one is the hypotenuse. Right? This is the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Okay. This side is equal to what? X negative sine theta. This side is positive y cosine theta. Cosine because this side is adjacent to the angle theta. Okay? So, this one, therefore, okay, if we are going, this one, therefore, is equal to negative, and this is our, we can have that. X is equal to negative x sine theta. Okay? X along the x along the y equals y cosine theta. You get that? Okay. I'm just reviewing our junior high school physics here. Okay. So this is the situation now. In this case here, you have positive because F3, this is the tension, the y component is on the second quadrant. Second quadrant positive. So, positive F3 cosine theta. Okay. Then from here, you have all the components now. You substitute. Substitute the values. What shall we do now? I'm going to erase. Okay, I'm going to erase. Erase. Okay, I'm going to erase. Because if I have to write here, pwede. I need this space, but this space is for this problem. Okay. I will use this one. F1x plus F2x plus F3x equals 0. Our F1x, where is our F1x? Here. Here, F1x. F1 cosine 270 degrees plus F2x here. F2 cosine 0 degree plus F3x. Here. negative f3x. F3 sine 0. Okay. Okay, ha? F1x, F1 cosine 270 degrees, F1 cosine 270 degrees. F2x, here, F2 cosine 0 degree. F3x, here, negative F3 sine 0 degree. Okay, let us solve. F1 is the weight. Remember, our F1 is the weight. We'll substitute that later. We will first simplify. F1, write that as F1, still F1. Okay, F1. Cosine 270. What is cosine of 270? Cosine 270. What's your answer? Cosine 0. Plus F2, remain F2. We'll substitute later. Cosine 0. What is cosine 0? Answer. I will answer 1. Okay. Plus negative and negative, plus positive and negative is negative. F3. Sine 0. What is sine 0? Sine 0. Answer. I will answer. 0. Equal 0. So, F1 times 0 is 0. F2 times 1 is F2. F2 is F2. F2 times 1 is F2. Minus F3 times 0 is 0. Equals 0. Wait, we'll review, F2x, F1. Okay, that is our result. Okay, that's our result. F1. Okay, now here. So, from this, our A2 equals 0. I have a problem here. Why 0? F1x 270. Cosine 270 is 0. F2x cosine 0 is 1. F3x, our F3, oh no, our F3, this our F3, the angle is not 0 by the way, theta, this is theta, angle theta. This is the problem, because if you are in front of me, you will say, sir, correction, sir. Our F3, sir, does not have an angle 0. What I wrote a while ago is 0, not theta. Here, it should be theta. Okay. The angle is theta for F3. If you were in front of me inside the class, sir, excuse me, sir, The angle of F3, the tension is not 0. Why are you putting 0? Okay, my dear student, you are very intelligent. I stand corrected. The angle is not 0, but the angle is theta. Okay, so that's theta. So this one, F3 here is sine theta. It will remain as that. Okay, sine theta, theta. Okay, theta. I wonder why I wrote F3. Oh, I wrote there F3 sine theta. Why did I write there 0 when our F3x is sine theta? Okay. So, what I think is not what I write. Okay? Because F3 is already written here as negative F3 sine theta. Theta is not 0, sine theta, theta here. But when I wrote here, I wrote 0. That's why we have a problem here. That becomes 0 because sine of 0 is 0. That's why 0. So this one is F3 sine theta. That's why I put here. I have a question here. Okay, because somewhere else in my solution something is wrong. And there was wrong in them. But if you were in front of me, sir, sine theta, that is not sine 0 because you write there sine theta, not sine 0. Okay. At least I'm the only one who discovered it. But if you were in front of me, I'm sure one or some or all of you can discover that what I wrote is not what I think. Okay. So therefore, remove the question mark, and what happens here is that F2 is equal to F3 sine theta. Okay na? Okay. Now, F3 sine theta. So I'm going to erase this one. Not yet. I will not erase this one. So what will I do? I will erase this one. Okay, I will erase this one. And so, what will happen? Okay. I will erase. Then, this is summation. This one is the summation of f sub x. Now, I go to the summation of f sub y. And this equal to f sub 1y plus f sub 2y plus f sub 3y equals 0. Okay. Our f sub 1y here. Okay, this is our f sub 1y. F sub 1y is equal sine 270 degrees. Okay. Plus f sub 2y. Our f sub 2y is f2 sine 0 degree. Okay. F2 0 because the angle here is 0. Then plus f3y is positive f3 cosine theta equals 0. Okay. Substitute f1 sine 270 degrees. What is sine of 270 degrees? I will answer my question. Negative 1. Plus F2 sine of 0. What's sine of 0? I will answer 0. Plus F3 cosine theta. We do not know theta because theta is unknown. And so therefore you will have here negative F1 plus F3 cosine theta equals 0. And therefore, we have here F3 cosine theta equals F1 positive. Or F1 equals F3 cosine theta. Okay. Okay na. So, we have this one. Okay. This is F1. Our F1 is the weight. F3 is unknown. Okay. But we can get F3 by finding cosine theta. Okay, cosine theta. Cosine theta. Okay. Cosine theta is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Right? Basic in our trigonometry. Cosine of any angle is equal to the adjacent side to the angle divided by the hypotenuse, the longest side of a triangle. Okay, now here the adjacent side, this one, this is the adjacent side, cosine theta. Theta, si theta here, theta, adjacent side. This adjacent side. Okay? In the problem, unknown, not given. But the hypotenuse is known. This is the hypotenuse, this one. This is the hypotenuse, 20 meters. Hypotenuse, longest side. The opposite side, known, 2 meters. Okay? So we will get this one. Okay? We will have this one. Okay? This is the adjacent side. Okay? You will have this or this one. Or to get, okay, this side also, we will be using the Pythagorean theorem. What is the Pythagorean theorem? Okay, triangle. What is the triangle? A squared plus B squared. This side or the hypotenuse is equal to the square root of C is equal to the square root of E squared plus B squared. Or C squared is equal to E squared plus B squared. Okay. In this case, okay, this side is unknown. This one, this is A, B, this side is B, this side is B, and this side is C. To get A, we use this one. So what shall we do? You have A squared is equal to C squared minus B squared. Okay? So A therefore is equal to the square root of C squared minus B squared. Okay. Our C, 20 meters. Our B is 2 meters. So what's the result? Calculator. Where is the calculator? We are going to use the calculator. You will have there 20 squared is equal to 400 minus 4, because the square of this one, 2 meters, minus 4 is equal to that. This, we get the square root, you will have 19.8999, etc. So you have A equals 19.89974,874 meters. And this is the side opposite. So this is now the side adjacent to the angle. This one now, this is equal to this is 19.8997. I hope you can still see this one. 4874 meters divided by, okay, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 20 meters. And what is the result? Calculator. Okay, what's the result? Divide that. Divided by 20 equals 0.99. The answer is 0. You cannot see this one anymore. Equals. The answer is 0.99, etc. Okay. Then you get theta. Theta therefore, okay, you are going to get the arc cosine. Okay. Arc cosine in the calculator, you will be having inverse, cosine, and the result is 5.7. 5.7391. 70477. Angle. That's the angle. Now, having this angle, okay, or having this angle, okay, sine, or this one, you can substitute, this is 5.7, or this one 5.7, this one is 5.7, okay, angle cosine of 5.7, etc. Okay, so you have F1 here. Our F1 is known, okay, our F1 is known, so you will have this one. Then, after knowing F1, okay, our F2, let me check, our F2 here, our F2, this is the force, and, okay, so we can get out, we know the value of F1, we know the value of F1, okay, we know the value of F1, okay, so, you can now have here, okay, our F1 therefore is equal to F1, F3 is equal to F1 over cosine. Okay? Cosine, what angle? 5.7. 5.7, etc. etc. na. Our F1 is known. Our F1 is equal to the weight. Our weight equals mg. Right? So mass is given 600 kilograms, 9.8, you get F1. You get F1. Okay? You get F1. Then the result here, divide that by cosine of 5.7, etc., you have F3. Okay, once you know F3, you get F2 because F2 can be solved using the value of F3 and sine of 5.7, etc. Okay, that's you are going to solve this one. I am going to erase. Anyway, this is recorded and you are going to review the record for this particular problem. I'm going to erase this one. Erase, anyway, it's recorded. Erase, erase. I'm going to erase here. Okay, here, I'm going to erase the entire problem, Anyway, it's recorded. I'm going to erase the entire problem because I'll go to the next problem. Ready? Sige, set, go! Erase. In other words, class, okay, I am guiding you how to solve the problem. Okay? I am guiding you how to solve the problem. That is, you are going to present that on your paper. Step by step, Step by step. I may have skipped some of the steps. But in your paper, you do that completely. Okay, do that completely. Okay, we go to the next video. The next video will be about the next problem.